Next up we have Bad Dudes. This is a side-scrolling beat 'em up as well. This one's not very good. It's really funny to play nowadays. It's just fun for some laughs. The music's pretty good, but the actual gameplay is not very good. Next we have Mickey Mousecapade by Capcom. Now Capcom made a lot of fantastic Disney games for the NES. This wasn't one of them. I had some fun with it, but it's really not a fantastic game at all. It's good if you want to, I guess if you want to check it out you can. It's probably really cheap, but yeah. Next up it's Fester's Quest, also by Sunsoft. The music's all really great. Sunsoft has some great music, but Angry Video Gamer did a video of this, and honestly, I don't think it's as bad as that. I think it's actually a pretty good game. It is pretty hard, but Fester's Quest is a pretty fun game. And finally, for my NES collection, it's Al Unser Jr. Turbo Racing. This one's also like an IndyCar racer. Sorry about that, but it's also, I don't really like the racing games on the NES except for like RC Pro-Am is really good and stuff like that, but this is pretty fun. Wait, did I just say it's pretty fun? I didn't like it that much, but sorry about that. Finally, I got another new system. It is the Sega Saturn. Now this thing was very, very underappreciated, very undervalued, but it's a fantastic system. It failed, but honestly, I love it. It's one of my favorite Sega systems of all time. It's really, really good. Let's just start out here. First off, I have 2 copies of like the Knights sampler disc right here. Knights was a fantastic game. You'll see that coming up soon. I have the actual game. Next up, it's Panzer Dragoon Zwei. I don't know how to say it, but it's Panzer Dragoon 2. I don't have the full case, but yeah, this is a fantastic game for the Sega Saturn. Panzer Dragoon, one of the best games on the Sega Saturn. Panzer Dragoon Saga is one of the most expensive games on the Sega Saturn, but I'm not going to buy that right now. It's like 200 bucks. But next game up, it's the original Panzer Dragoon. This is also very fun. 2 is better in my opinion, but this one's really fun. And next up, this is my final game that I don't have an actual box for. It's Virtua Cop 2. Now this game, this is still sealed. I think this one came with like a bundle with the Stunner light gun for this Saturn, but I don't have the Stunner yet. I ordered one, but so that's why it's still sealed. But yeah. Next we have a 3-game pack. This is Virtua Fighter 2, Virtua Cop 1, and Daytona USA all in one box. Virtua Fighter 2 is a fantastic fighting game, one of the best I've played. Virtua Cop is an awesome light gun shooter, and Daytona USA is a really fun racer, fantastic music. If any of you guys have played, you know that music is fantastic. Next for the Sega Saturn we have Street Fighter the movie. This game is based off the movie, which is based off the game. So, and it's like it's kind of like a Mortal Kombat, as in the characters are like full motion, or it's not full motion, but it's pre-rendered or something. I don't know how to say it, but it's not a very good fighting game. It's fun for some laughs because it's got Jean-Claude Van Damme in it, but yeah, it's not very good. I like these Saturn cases. Like they're very badly designed, but they're good for displaying. Here I got Street Fighter Collection. Now I only have the first disc. This is a 2-disc set, but it only came with the first disc from what I got. The first disc comes with Street Fighter Turbo, Super Street Fighter Turbo, and Super Street Fighter 2. And the second disc comes with Street Fighter Alpha 2 Gold. The second disc really has the best version, Street Fighter Alpha 2 Gold, but I don't have that. But if you like Street Fighter, this is a great game to get. Next we have Sonic 3D Blast. This also came out on the Sega Genesis. It's basically the same game on the Sega Saturn. It's kind of fun, I like it, but it's not a great Sonic game compared to the other ones. But it's not bad if you want to check it out. Next I have Scud the Disposable Assassin. Now this game's kind of unique because you can play it with like the light gun and a controller at the same time, but honestly it's not a very good game. It's sort of fun, but it's not that good. It's side-scroller, and yeah. Next up we have the worst Sega Saturn game I probably have, Revolution X featuring Aerosmith. This is like, it plays like a light gun shooter, but the light gun isn't compatible with the game, so I mean, like, you have to play with the controller, which sucks, like totally sucks, and that basically what kills the game, and the graphics are really not that good, and everything's kind of bad about this game, but yeah. I guess if you like Aerosmith, give it a try. Next up we have Quake. This is a popular PC game. Back in the day, it still is pretty popular, but the Sega Saturn version is pretty good. It holds up pretty well, and it's pretty fun. Next up we have Primal Rage. Now this was an arcade fighter, and the gameplay is really not that good, but this is just one of those games like you play and you have fun with it for a laugh with your friends. Like I said, the gameplay's not that great, but it's fun to play. Next we have a Fantastic Fighter, Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge. This is made by Capcom, same people who made Marvel vs. Capcom, and the graphics are just like Marvel vs. Capcom. Gameplay is just like that, but with Darkstalkers characters, and it's really fun, very good game. Next up, we have one of the best Saturn games, Nights into Dreams. If you have a Saturn, you have to own this game. It's really, really, really fun. I could just like sit for hours and just play it. It's that good. Next up, we have Magic Carpet. I haven't played much of this game. It's kind of unique from what I've read online, but I'm not sure if it's very good yet. I haven't played much of it, so yeah, I have to check this one out. Next, we have Loaded. I like what it says on the front. Body bag not included. That's right, folks. You will need a body bag for this game. But yeah, this is just a little fun, like, run and gun game. It's more fun than I expected. I thought this would be a crap game, but it's pretty decent, actually. Next we have a fantastic fighting game, Fighting Vipers. This is another one of Sega's many arcade classics. Fighting is just great in this game. It runs on the Virtua Fighter 2 engine, I believe, and it's pretty good. Next is my favorite fighter on the Sega Saturn, Fighters Megamix. Now this game, it's basically like Super Smash Bros., but with Sega arcade characters from Virtua Fighter 2, Fighting Vipers, and 10 hidden characters that are all really fun. Like it has the Daytona USA car. It has this like giant bear, I forgot what his name was. But yeah, this is a fantastic fighter on the Saturn. If you have a Saturn, get this game. Next we have Doom, another great PC game but this game didn't get ported very well to the Sega Saturn. The frame rate is really, really choppy, and I don't know, the gameplay is just not as good as the PC version because of the frame rate. But yeah, if you want to play Doom on the Saturn, I guess this is your only option. Next up we have a RPG for the Saturn, Dark Savior. This is a pretty fun game. It's pretty unique because it's like in an isometric view. So you go like, I mean, if you guys know isometric views, then you should know what I'm talking about. But it's a pretty fun RPG. It's pretty unique. The battle system's kind of unique because it's not turn-based. It's actually like, it's kind of like a fighting game. But yeah, I probably got way too in depth with that. Probably didn't understand anything I said. But yeah. Next up we have Darius Gaiden, a fantastic shmup for the Sega Saturn. Sega Saturn had a bunch of fantastic shoot-em-ups that never got released in the US. This is one of them, one of the few that got released in the US, and it's very good. Sega Saturn was known for shoot-em-ups and 2D power, and this is a fantastic game. And finally, for my Sega Saturn and my collection update, we have D. This is basically an interactive movie. It's pretty unique and very fun. You're not going to play it more than once really unless you play it like for another time, like a couple years after. But for one time to play, it's pretty fun, and everyone should probably play this game at least once. It's very unique, very fun. Check it out. So yeah, that was all my games for this video game collection update. A lot of games. Probably took a long time. I don't know if you guys are interested in all, but yeah, Sega Saturn, NES, first impressions are very good. I love both systems, especially the Saturn. Very, very surprised by that. Lots of fantastic games. And if you guys want to check that out, it's a great console, but it's pretty expensive to collect for. But yeah, that was my video game collection update. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it.